Whoa, that's crazy. Well, I'm doing live streaming as I am driving, so it's been a minute. What's going on? This is Glendon Cameron of Hustlers Kung Fu, and today we're gonna have a little fun. All right, we're just gonna chat it up. So with that said, yeah, that works a little bit better. I'm driving, so if I miss your questions, today's topic is when the hustle goes wrong. And what I mean is, hustler porn has a lot of y'all gassed up that you're gonna come out the park and you're gonna hit it and it's gonna be great and you're gonna make a lot of money. And the thing is, when the hustle goes wrong, you will actually make more money if you see yourself getting through the burden, the hardship, the trials and tribulations. I mean, because I decided to do this because I think there's a lot of people out there who need to hear this message, because they're trying to start a business and it's not going well. It's not going well at all. And what is happening is there are people who are catching L's and they're about to give up, and they're about to say, fuck it, I'm out, I'm done, this is not working, this ain't for me. And my message to you folks is to keep going, because when the hustle goes wrong, the hustle goes right. Now, this is going to be somewhat hard to wrap your mind around, because okay, let's say you're trying to start an e-commerce business. You're looking for the products to sell, and you look and you find out that everything that is desirable is taken or someone has it. And once again, when the hustle goes wrong, if you stop looking where everyone else is looking, you'll find stuff that no one else is finding. Because one of the things that we had this conversation, a client and I today, about Jungle Scout and Amazon, and the client found a product that 3 or 4 people on Amazon sell, and it sells for good margin. And I said, look, if you keep doing that and you keep looking, you'll find 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 products that will make you a lot of bread, but it's going to be hard because you're probably going to have to look at 10, 15, 20 products or 30 products or 40 products or 50 products to get to that one. I mean, it's interesting, right? And part of it is, and I was sitting down having dinner and we were talking about things, because someone was just like, I know why you do what you do. And I was like, what do you mean? And it was just like, I get a check, I work hard, but I don't get to keep so much of my money, and also I gotta drive safe. I finally get why you do what you do, because I gotta go through all this stuff to get my bread, and you gotta go through stuff, but you have more control. And it's like, okay, I feel you. But the thing is, when you go through the trials and tribulation and you do not stop, is when you become a remarkable person. This is when you become one of those people who can make money, who can literally print money, but there's got to be a big path of mistakes. And typically that's where a lot of people give up. A lot of people will like, hey, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to keep going on. And the failure rate, or I should say the failure threshold, is really low. Oh my goodness, we've got some traffic here. Good Lord. Nothing but red lights. So typically, let's see, Oh, you were at an auction. You know what? That brings up a story. Hold on. Leave it like this. It was like my second year in the storage auction business, right? And I went to an auction. I only had like $27, $30 in my pocket. And my partner was just like, we got a bunch of units. Why are you going out? I was like, I feel lucky. And I was addicted to buying units, right? I was just straight up addicted. So I go out, and not a lot of people come out during the holidays. This was around Christmas time, and like either 2 days before Christmas or some like shortly after. I don't quite remember. And I go out, we're at these locations, and I see there's like 4 or 5 people. And then, bidding starts, because let's say 4 or 5 people. There were 27, 30 units. And then I just saw nobody was bidding, and I was like, $1. Okay, I ran out of locks. I got like 20 something units, and I made deals. When I started running out of money, I was like, well, I'll give me 30 days, I'll clean it out. Sold to this guy over here, right? And the lesson I learned is you got to show up. I'll never forget that lesson. I keep showing up when it's dark, when it's just like it's crazy looking. I keep showing up. And the message to you guys is you got to keep showing up. You got to keep digging. You got to keep looking for certain things. You just have to, because here's the thing, and I was going to address this earlier. Failure threshold. The failure threshold of the average person is so low, and there's a few reasons I think it's like that. Is one, hustler porn has y'all gassed up, and I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this, that you feel that if you put in a week's worth of work, or 2 weeks worth of work, or 3 weeks worth of work, or maybe 4, or maybe 6 months worth of work, if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. And I'm here to tell you, it's not like that. There are things, and this is why you got to have a lot of stuff going on. But in the beginning, you need to just focus on one. But your business is going to do what it's going to do when it's going to do. Meaning, you got to put forth a lot of time and effort to your business, because see, your business is like a baby. And the baby, Bill Gates, richest man in the world, right? He was a baby at one point, right? And no one ever saw that Bill had that kind of potential to become the richest man in the world, right? But he grew up in a good family. He attended private school. They saw potential. Oh, we got a bad internet connection. That's interesting. All right, I'm gonna keep going. What kind of car am I driving? It's an Audi S4. I don't know how this connection's going. I'm just going to keep rolling because that's weird. But no one saw the potential of Bill Gates. They's like, well, he'll go to college. He'll get a good degree. He'll be a lawyer or something. He'll do that, right? And then he started Microsoft. And it was just crazy. In and out. That's funny. But no one really saw that potential. And then it became realized because Bill decided to keep doing what he was doing. Bill decided to ball out. And the thing is, he didn't become the richest man in the world due to the fact that he was going after that money. He became the richest man in the world because he was trying to serve as many people as possible. And that's how he became Bill Gates. And this is really strange because I have a feeling there is nobody there and I'm just talking to myself. I will see in a second. Well, this is what happens when you live stream. This is what happens when you just put stuff out there. Oh, you hear? Okay. So, because no, it still says very bad connection. It doesn't even say bad. It says very bad. All right, so let's go on with Bill Gates. Bill was like, look, we're going to take over the world. We're going to put software on every piece of computer. And he literally did that because his goal wasn't to make money. I know people are like, no, Bill making money. No, his goal wasn't to make money. His goal was to put software on each computer that came out. And he did that. And in the consequence of doing that, he became very, very wealthy, wealthiest man in the world. Now, let's take that apart. Let's deconstruct that. Let's say you're starting your e-commerce business, right? And you're going to make money. That's your goal, to make money. Good goal, but it's not going to carry you as far as, say, my goal is to put lipstick on every chick in the world. Now, I know that sounds really strange. It's like, yeah, my goal is to put lipstick on every chick in the world. Once you have that kind of thinking, then your mind changes. Your everything changes, because instead of like trying to get money, because when you're trying to get money, it's like, okay, well, let's get 10,000, let's get 20,000, let's get 30,000, let's get 40,000, right? Then it's like, yeah, but when it's like, okay, let's put lipstick on every girl in the world. All right. How are we going to do that? See, the thing is, when it's about getting money, the question is very linear. Okay, we do this, we get more money. When it's about putting lipstick on every girl in the world, the question is, what girl is going to wear this lipstick? Why is she going to wear this lipstick? How is she going to feel when you ask very different questions that yields different results. And that is the beauty of when your hustle goes wrong. You learn more, and it's painful, and it's hard, and it will drive you crazy, but you learn more from your failures than you do from your success. It's just facts. And people are like, hey, Glendon, how did you learn so much? I failed a lot, right? I failed a lot, and it has made me a better person, and it's made me very smart, because the first 5 businesses, I had them up. I was in the military in the E4. So I could go out and do pictures with your pooch, or I can sell stuff out of a catalog, or I could start a janitorial service. I could do this because I was in the military. I had a place, I lived in the barracks, and I had a meal ticket. So I could eat, and I had a place to stay, so I could risk all my money, which I did, much to my man, it was hard. Let's just put it this way. Those early failures were brutally hard, and they shaped me, because I was like, I got to do something better than this, right? But I did not go out there, and that's now that I speak upon that, I think it's an interesting point, because when I took those risks, I always had cover. I was in the military. I had a place to stay. I had food to eat. If I show up in the mess hall in the morning, at lunchtime, at dinner time, I could eat, and I can take all of my money and invest it in my businesses, which at times I did and times I did not. But I think I should be really clear on that point, because with hustler porn, this is how it goes. Well, 6 months ago, year ago, or 2 years ago, I was broke. I was on my friend's sofa. I had no money. And then I'm a millionaire, 1.5 years later, right? And that story resonates because so many people are catching L's day to day. They're literally just catching L's. They're struggling. It's hard. I was watching a video earlier where the people in Texas, that something was going on with FEMA, and people weren't getting paid, and I was just like, and I mean, I am really, really fortunate. Okay, very fortunate. I mean, I have a maid, I have a chef, and I work hard. I don't, none of this hustler porn stuff, like I get on the phone, I make $100,000 a month for talking, 8 hours. No, I work hard for my clients. But I recognize that is even as fortunate as I am, I know that a lot of people are catching brutally hard L's. I mean, brutal. Like, $500 ain't shit to me, right? $1,000 ain't shit to me. 2,000, it really isn't. But to someone in a position of lack, $100 could be the difference between that person eating and not eating this month. And I keep that in the back of my head, because it has been 17, 18 years since I've been in that bad situation, but I don't forget. Now, at times I do become obtuse. Times I'll kind of speak out of turn, because it has been a long time and I'm not touched by it. But I recognize that it's real. And that's one of the reasons with Hustle Camp that I've did it that way, because, all right, let's say you're on a prepayment plan, right? And you're like, yo, Glendon, I can't do anything. Okay. We stop the plan, you get your money back, we move on. But you never had access to the course. Or did, it's $1,350. Yes, it's a big chunk of money. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a big chunk of money. But what it does is it ensures that I get people who are capable of doing certain things because they have the means. So I'm doing this very differently. And I tell you, if you're like struggling, get the Craigslist book, or get, the $25 hustle or something like that, and earn the money and make the money, because that's going to make you as a person. If you feel me, it's going to make you better, because let's say, you got the bread, you go ahead, you buy Hustle Camp, and it really ain't no skin off your penis, right? You ain't gonna do anything with it. But if you have to fight for it, oh Nelly, oh my goodness, if you gotta struggle for it, you're gonna do much better, because the person who is hungry, the person who is struggling, the person who's gotten past that, well, if it doesn't pan out immediately, I'm gonna quit. Once you get past that, you are going to become unstoppable. Now, everyone is not going to get past that. And that's the lesson that I had to learn. I really thought that I could put these courses out, I could, make a difference. And the thing is, I can make a difference in some people's lives, and some people's lives I will make no difference at all. It's a brutal fact. And one of the things that I've learned on my journey in this life is to accept the truth, learn the truth, and also live in the truth. And the truth says everybody's not coming on this journey. The truth says you're not to mentor to everybody. You're a mentor to some. And I really, and it helped me, because okay, I can't mentor to everybody, but I can mentor to some people. Then I'm going to mentor to the best of my ability to the people that I can mentor to. And this was a lesson in failure that I learned from, you could see it. You could see me failing. I get people like, well, Glendon, he drives for Uber, and Glendon, he does all this other stuff, because you have seen me fail. You've seen me put up products that didn't do well. You've seen me struggle, right? And once again, people who are looking for hustler porn and the quick come up, they don't want that message, because they're like, no, that's too slow. That's just not going to work. But for the folks who are ready, for the folks who are in that position, for the folks who are like, okay, this is the message for me, they're going to do amazingly well. And that's a lesson that I learned when the hustle went wrong. And this is one thing. This is actually really good, because as I articulate and I put this out here, you have seen me take L's. First L, I'm gonna put these courses out, right? I'm gonna put them out for free, and then the people who are gonna take these courses will make so much money that they're gonna come back, and then they're going to buy the regular course, right? And it simply did not happen. That was a big L, and I was so broken up about it. I mean, my heart was like, no, come on, man, y'all can do it, right? No, some people can do it, But the reality is, I had to take that L. I had to learn that lesson, and it was a brutal lesson. My email list got jacked up. My money got jacked up, and I was like, okay, all right, I've learned this lesson. Now what are you gonna do with it? Which comes to the second part. Okay, you go through hell, it doesn't work out. What are you gonna do with the information? So I took the information and I looked at it objectively that, okay, this is not a way to run your company. I know the hustler porn. I was looking at shiny objects. I was doing certain things like that. And like the hustler porn is just not going to work out. It's not. So put a big price tag on it, because Hustle Camp is life-changing information. I mean, I got people in there who paid the $13.50 who's like been in there 3 weeks, like, man, I've already made this back by going out there and hustling. But once again, if you do not do the work, it's worthless. Hustle Camp is worthless. Nothing's going to happen. And it's just, once again, I'm changing my message, because, okay, I took an L, and I say, right, this is the process. I put out the stuff for free. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Well, you got the wrong people. Why did you get the wrong people? You had the wrong messaging. Where did you get this messaging from? You were watching some hustler porn. Oh, there he is. There it is. That's how it went down. And now I have a greater understanding. But here's the thing. I am still learning. I'm still kind of taking some L's. I'm kind of taking some L's. But the thing is, they're not these big L's, right? I was taking L's that were like, 10 stories tall. I was just like, good Lord. And then, the haters, they were hating. They were just like, well, Glendon drives for Uber, and Glendon lives in an apartment. And Glendon, and I even had a hater. It's like, fuck you in your $2,000 car, right? I was like, really? You gonna bring the car into it? It was just a very interesting period, and it lasted for about 1.5 years. I was taking L's for about 1.5 years. I want you to think about that. I was taking L's for 1.5 years. I was still trying to figure this thing out. I was still trying to bring value, but be real. And then I was like, oh. So what I did, and I'm telling you this because this is how it goes. I mean, once again, I was taking L's for 1.5 years. 1.5 years. It was no overnight, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I can beat this. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to beat this, right? That was a friend of mine. We got this little joke where it's like, I can beat this. I can beat this. I can beat this, right? And I did beat it. But it took 1.5 years of accepting the truth, looking at stuff objectively, and to continue to do, and to continue to learn, and to continue to grow. And now I'm like, you don't understand how zooted I am, because when the hustle goes wrong and you keep hustling, your hustle turns into an elegant hustle. And what I mean is, you can see the L's coming, right? But you can protect yourself and your business by minimizing those L's. It's like, oh, okay, this L is coming, but if I do this, and this, then I can jump around the L, or I can actually kick the L's ass, or I can turn the L into a W, a little W, but I can still turn it into a win. And it becomes a better game. It becomes more fulfilling, because you know what you're doing. You're still taking L's, but you know what you're doing, and you know that if you keep going and you keep putting out and you keep showing up and you keep bringing value and you keep bringing the funk, putting your foot in it, whatever, I don't even know what that is. Whatever word or phrase you ever want to use on it, you're going to win, and you're going to win big. But you got to take those L's. You got to. And that is one of, I think, the hardest thing, because like I said earlier in this stream, you got people out there who are about to give up. They're about to give up. They have, the family. Oh, let's talk about the family. My mother, who's dead, who's deceased. Hey, Mom, I'm an entrepreneur. So what you really mean to tell me is you still don't have a job. That was fam. Brother. Oh, so you like Fred G. Sanford. Ha 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 ha. Oh, the sister. Oh, is that legal? You sure that's straight up? I mean, seriously. So my immediate family still probably, I don't really mess with them anymore, but they never really accepted my success because it didn't look like what their version of success looked like. So even though I was making more money than all of them, even though I was able to do wonderful things, it was crazy. And then I got real cool with it. Let's see. The relationship with my mom, it was never the best, but I would go visit her out of respect, like twice a year. We talk on the phone, and I kept it at that. And I got cool with that. And I will tell you, when my best friend died, Francine, my business partner, I was broke up. I was so hurt for months. Wake up just crying. And just, I was missing my friend, missing that relationship, missing that connection. And then when my mother died, I was just like, and that was 2011, I think, or 12. I think it was 2012. I still don't feel anything. I'm just like, well, you had a good run. And that's a lesson, because with my daughter, I'm like, look, come to my funeral because of the relationship that we built, not because, of out of obligation. I got to earn your love. I got to work with you. We got to develop this relationship. And going through that process really helped me become very cool with a lot of things. And because, seriously, losing a parent is like one of the top 5 stressors. And my stressors are different. My stressors are different. That's a really interesting thing, because death of a friend, of a well-loved friend, of someone who supported me, for someone who was always there for me, and I'm grateful and glad to say that I was there for her to the very end, meant more to me than the relationship I had with my mother, because I didn't go with positional leadership. And positional leadership is, hey, this is your manager, you got to do what they say. Hey, it's a cop, you got to do what they say. Oh, this is your mother, they had you got to love them. I operate on, you got to earn my love, right? And I got to earn your love, right? And then people don't really seem to understand that, because when you flip that dynamic of son, daughter, parent to, hey, what are you doing to earn my love? Then it becomes very clear that many parents just kind of like, hey, I raised you, for 18 years. Now you got to love me for the next 40. Now I'm getting deep, and I know I'm stepping on toes, and I really don't care. But part of that struggle of knowing who to love is so deep, because if you love the wrong people, they're going to fuck you. And it's because you love them more than you love yourself. And I learned that lesson at I'll say 32, when I was going through it. And this is about, taking L's. This is when the hustle goes wrong. And if you can keep your head about you, and you can keep growing and learning, you're going to become so strong. You're going to become crazy strong, that the 5 stressors in life, which are death, marriage, moving, first job, second job, something like that, I forget what they are, that's going to change. Those stressors are no longer going to be your stressors. You're going to move to a higher plane of existence, because I don't want to die. Okay, let's be real clear about that. I hope to be here a long time, but death doesn't scare me. It used to, but it doesn't really scare me. And I'm not going to do anything crazy or go try to kill myself. But because I live my life in a certain manner, and I've accomplished all of my goals, and I had to set new goals and I accomplished them. Then I had to set new goals and I accomplished them. Then there's some other stuff like personal things, like health-wise. I'm working on that. And the thing is, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting there incrementally. And this is another thing. We got the bad connection again, but we will keep going. Is I lost a lot of weight, right? And I gained a little bit back, but I didn't gain all of it back. And then I lost some more, then I gained a little bit back. But each time I lose and I guess get my body set to a set point, then I lose again. It's been, what, like 3 years? Because I lost like 60 pounds collectively, and I've gained, right now I'm at the point where I've gained like 5 back. So this time next year, I should be closer to where I want to be, because that's the thing. I'm looking at it from this time next year versus getting ready for the beach, getting ready for the holidays, getting ready for an event or some other stuff like that. I look at it the way that it should be looked upon, if that makes sense. So if you're out there taking L's, life is kicking your ass, life is really putting it on you, take heart. Understand that you can turn it around. And let's be real clear. It's not going to be easy. It's not. It's going to really draw on you as a person. But if you stay the course and you keep your goal in front of you, the things that you will be able to accomplish will be crazy. But it's going to take time. And I think that is one of the biggest issues that we have, because we're in a very much, how can I buy back my time society? How can I get more time? How can I get the most? And I don't, like some of these people who are deep in the hustle porn, like, how do I get rich when I'm 18 or 20 so I don't have to work one of these jobs? I kind of feel that, but I still think most of y'all are lazy, because part of your development as a person is doing stuff that you don't want to do to learn what you want to do. Like I was having this conversation at dinner, and it was like, I don't know if I could work another job. I really don't know. I don't even know what I would put on my resume. I have no clue to what I would do. And I really think that I'll probably never have another job in my life. Or if some comes along, it's going to be so close to entrepreneurship that you cannot tell. I mean, that's just it. And I've come to that point because I've become extremely self-reliant. And I know this is going to sound crazy. Like right now, I take care of a lot of people. I really do. And I don't let them take care of me, which is a little odd, but and what I mean is, I realized that I got to take care of my health. I got to eat better, which for the last 12 weeks, I've been eating much better. And it's a process. I don't snack. And some melts, portions. Like it takes less food to fill me up because I'm not eating as much. So that's going on. But I have to be responsible for myself. I have to be responsible for my health. And I live it and I breathe it, because it's like that old kung fu philosophy that the reason that the old master is the master is because he can kick everyone's ass in the dojo. And that's my philosophy, and that's kind of where I stay. That's really where I'm at. And I tell you this because many of you who are coming to the channel, you're digesting this stuff. You're on probably 2 to 3 year journeys. And I want to be real about that. 2 to 3 years for you get to where you want to be. But if you start and you stay started, that 2 to 3 years is going to pass. But if you keep poking around, or what I call the Groundhog Effect, where you pop your head up, oh, this opportunity, nah, I don't want to do that. Oh, no, and you keep doing that, you are going to set yourself back so far, it will be ridiculous. It just will. And it's going to be sad because there's so much opportunity out there, but people are not prepared for the opportunity. That's one of the craziest things that is going on. So, that's all I really want to say to y'all as I go somewhere. I'm not telling y'all where to go. No, I'm just going to hang out with a friend. But I felt that this was on my heart and I needed to share this. This is why I did not send out any emails. I did not send out anything, because we got a lot of people catching L's who are becoming disheartened, who are losing hope. And hope is kind of for suckers. I shouldn't say that. They're losing determination. They're losing that je ne sais quoi. They're losing that, and I'm just saying, dig deep and keep doing it. Keep on that path, and you'll be all right. You will. Maybe 2-3 years, but you'll be all right. And then you will be in a position to live a greater life, a more fulfilling life. You'll have great friendships. You'll have great relationships, because as I grow as a person, I begin to see some things that I didn't see before. I really didn't. And it's very spooky, because it's been there all along. I just never saw it. So for those of you who want to be a part of the Hustle Camp experience, go below. Right now it's $13.50. You just sign up. You got plenty of courses. You will be working. Plus I'll be adding new stuff. Or you can do the prepayment plan. Prepayment means you do not have access to the courses, but you do pay in advance. And I put a single pay option per month. Some people ask for that, because there's 3 ways. There's $1,350 option. There is the single payer. Well, that's the single payer option. Then there is the, you pay $200 every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and you get it done in like 6 weeks. And then there is the 6-month, $250, 1 payment per month option. Just letting y'all know. So with that, I will catch you guys later, because this traffic is getting stupid. All right, so I'm out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.